What is going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome back again for another video. So today I just want to break down or maybe take a look at this previous game from the Brooklyn Nets versus Philadelphia 76ers. Now you would ask, what is the importance of this? This doesn't even involve the Bulls. But these are two teams that the Bulls could potentially see in the playoffs. And we all know the troubles we have with 76ers and Joel Embiid, and it's well documented. We haven't even beaten the team even without Joel Embiid in the regular season. So we know they are a big hurdle for the Bulls. Now, the New Jersey Nets, we did beat them, but still, with a healthy lineup, they are a threat for any team in the East. But I will focus more on the 76ers because on paper and what I believe in, as good as the New Jersey Nets are, it's all about matchups. And I feel like we can match up better. I'm not saying we're going to beat them handedly. No, in the playoffs, I don't think the Bulls would beat anyone handedly. But matchup-wise, I feel like we have a better chance with New Jersey compared to 76ers, which has just demolished us throughout the year. Or maybe I would even say throughout Joel Embiid's career. So let's take a look at what Brooklyn Nets again did well against the 76ers, and maybe the Bulls can use the same formula. Field goals, are super high. You know, the field goal percentage of Brooklyn Nets is super high. 3-pointers, not that big of a disparity, even though the percentage is higher with the Nets. Free throws, 76ers actually has more free throws than the Nets. Rebounds, Sixers out-rebounded the Nets, even off the offensive glass, 17-10 in favor of the 76ers. Assist, this is where the categories that mattered, in my opinion, between those two games. The Nets have 10 more assists than the 76ers, meaning they move the ball better. Blocks and steals, hustle points, and defense. Turnovers, a big one. The 76ers turned the ball over 18 more times. I mean, not 18 more times, but 18 times against the Nets. Points in the paint is huge. And the reason why all these categories are highlighted is because the fast break points. Nets have 20 more fast break points than the 76ers. Hence the score right here of 129-100. I mean, individually, Embiid got his numbers. I mean, Embiid scored 27 points in 30 minutes. Pretty good, rate there with 12 rebounds. Tobias Harris has 16. Harden, had a poor night at 11 points. But this is where I think the Bulls need to step back and take a look at this. How do you beat the 76ers? And as Durant says, by running the ball. Fast break points. They are Embiid, as good of a defensive player as he is, he can't run all the time to catch those guards. And the Bulls lack that throughout the season against the 76ers. The on-ball pressure, that's, the turnovers, forcing the turnovers, the ball handling of the 76ers. You gotta, and I feel like we do have the personnel to do those. Yes, it does help when you have Kevin Durant on your team and the net side, and Kyrie Irving, of course. But I think the key for them is the ball pressure. They kept the pressure on. Kyrie, you can almost say locked up Harden in this game. And do we have those personnels to do that? Absolutely. We have Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso in the backcourt. LaVine is no joke defensively when he's locked in as well. So if we face 76ers, and I know we're not going to face them in this season anymore, nor the Brooklyn Nets, but it is very well possible that we can meet these guys in the playoffs, either first round or second round, depending on where the schedule, finishes. If we finishes at, let's say, fifth, and Philadelphia, slides down to fourth, which is possible, again, because we're all just being separated by a game or two in the standings, then we meet them in the first round. Do we have a Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving type of player? A lower version than that. We got DeMar, who's playing at a high level right now, not Kevin Durant. And we also have Zach LaVine, who can play home games. Now, as far as we can pressure the ball, yes. As a matter of fact, I think we have a better opportunity on pressuring the ball with, having this two defensive, guards in our possession with Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso. That would change the dynamics of the game if they're having a hard time putting the ball into Embiid's hands. So the Bulls coaching staff hopefully watches this game and see the pressure that they put in, within the 76ers ball handlers. It was amazing. And like Durant says, they're not a good transition team. The 76ers are. Transition defense team. They don't have the time to set. Thibault is a really good defensive player, on-ball defender, but is he the same way when everyone's running? And I believe this is where our help, which I just made a video, does really come into play, because our defense would improve significantly when Ball comes back. His length, his size, his defensive IQ with combine that with the on-ball defense of Alex Caruso in a 7-game series. And you can make an argument that Billy Donovan has always been a good defensive coach. As far as offense, he mostly relies on his skilled players. I don't see a lot of offense, and that's something that needs to change as well. But having those guys back, of course, doesn't guarantee us a win. Is the 76ers going to turn the ball over 20 times a game? No. Embiid is always going to get his 25, at least 25 points, if not 50 against the Bulls. But if we can get those easy points, like those fast break points and all that good stuff, man, I think the Bulls are going to stand a better chance against the 76ers. I'm not saying that we're going to win the series, but it'll be more competitive, unlike the games that we've seen in the past. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments if you think the Bulls should just copy exactly what the Nets did, and do you think it's possible that we can generate the same amount of turnovers and fast break given the circumstances? I know it's a different personnel, but I still feel like we have a better personnel to execute this type of play against the 76ers. But thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you guys in the next video.